That's it. To the vote. King Pop.
Can you can you hear
Can
me,
you
Your Honor?
can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yeah, let me mute this jail because it's okay. We hope. Officer Clayton, you were sitting so still till I thought it was a photo. All right, now calling the matter of State of Georgia versus Almas Lukeman, charged in warrant number 2025 WA 74751, criminal trespass representing the state, is Assistant Solicitor Janvier, representing defendant's attorney Mark Lane, your witness, Assistant Solicitor.
Officer Clayton, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Will you please state your name for the record?
My name is Officer Clayton, Officer Tony Clayton,
And where are you currently employed?
Clayton County Police Department.
Are you post certified?
Yes, I am.
Were you post certified on April the 4th of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an occasion to answer a call at 7390 Jonesboro Road on April the 4th?
Yes, I did.
And what county is that located in?
That's located in Clayton County, Georgia, the city of Morrow.
And do you recall the reason that you were at that particular location?
Had a call for a suspicious black male that was located at that particular location of 7390 Jonesboro Road, business known to us as the Quick Trip convenience store.
And did you arrive on scene?
I did.
What, if anything, did you observe upon your arrival?
Upon my arrival, after being given the description of the suspicious male or the suspicious black male, the description was that we had a suspicious black male located on the property or premises of 7390 Jonesboro Road at the Quick Trip. Black male with no shirt, no shoes, and was refusing to leave the property. And upon arrival, I did make contact with that black male subject, and later identified as Mr. Almas Lukeman.
And did you ever advise Mr. Lukeman that he was to leave the property?
Yes, I did.
And did he do that once you advised him he was supposed to leave?
No, he refused.
Okay. And what did you do at that point?
At that point, I instructed, I had informed Mr. Lukeman that if he did not leave the property as requested, he would possibly face detainment and arrest.
And did you ultimately take the defendant into custody?
I did.
Thank you. No additional questions, Your Honor.
Mike Cross.
Hey, good morning, officer.
Hey, good morning, sir.
Did you have a chance to review any of the Quick Trip video of the incident?
I didn't get a chance to view the Quick Trip video because the custodian that was in charge, the store manager or assistant manager, was not available. And this was one of the store clerks or cashiers that was there, that was in charge. He was the only one there that morning.
Okay. Did they say did they go into any kind of detail? What did they mean by that he was causing a disturbance?
So from what the cashier said, there have been numerous previous accounts where Mr. Lukeman has entered the establishment. He's just walked around yelling out obscenities inside the store, inside the interior of the business. There have been times that he has gone and opened several food items and thrown those items across the floor, and without paying for the items. And then on this particular occasion, the store clerk said that he didn't want any problems like that at all. And upon asking Mr. Lukeman several times, based on his previous history and activities inside the store, he asked him to leave several times. To my understanding, Mr. Lukeman refused. So when we got there, he said that he wanted Mr. Lukeman off the property. He addressed Mr. Lukeman and asked Mr. Lukeman to completely leave the property. However, when we got there, Mr. Lukeman was still on property.
Okay. So he wasn't doing any of that this time, correct?
He wasn't doing it when I got there, and this was the cashier's statement. He also said that Mr. Lukeman was walking around in the store with no shirt and no shoes.
Did you, I guess did you get a chance to speak with Mr. Lukeman?
I addressed Mr. Lukeman. Mr. Lukeman, when I spoke to him, he had very little to say because I was trying to get details as to why Mr. Lukeman was still on the property after being asked to leave. I asked him, did he have any business at the property? Mr. Lukeman remained silent, and all of a sudden he yelled out, "Take me to jail." So again, I asked Mr. Lukeman, well, the store custodian wants you to leave the property. So at this point, we're going to ask you to go ahead and exit the property, and Mr. Lukeman again refused.
Okay, so he never told you he was there just trying to buy some hot dogs?
No.
And when you were talking with him, did it seem like he was lucid, that he was mentally there understanding your questions and commands?
Well, he understood by his response, he understood that he was being requested to leave the property because at that point, again, after asking him several times to leave the property, he finally stood up. He was seated in a chair on the property at the front door, refused to leave. And he stood up and said, "Take me to jail." Just yelled it out.
All right, thank you, officer. I don't have any further questions.
All right.
I'm sorry, any redirect,
No, Your Honor.
closing arguments?
State will submit on the evidence, Your Honor.
Your Honor, defense would submit as well.
All right, based upon the evidence presented, I do find there's sufficient probable cause to bind the charge over to the state court of Clayton County. That's the order of the court. Deputy, thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Deputy, do we have any other inmates? Did y'all decide on Hatton? TTON?
Yes, ma'am. We have Hatton. Do you need it right now?
No. Attorney Lane, what were we gonna have? The officers.
Yes, Judge, that's one that we've never been able to meet with him. He refused 3 previous times. His app said that he needs assistance.
Thought that
So
was
I'm just gonna try to meet
Cole.
with him one last time.
That's Hatton too? I had that for a couple.
For which one did you say you had that on there as well?
Coley.
Oh, let's see on Foley. Yeah, that's the same as well. So I'll need to meet with both of them because
All right,
Did
so
it-
Deputy, were y'all able to get a Coley?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's here. So you want to meet with him real quickly?
yeah.
And what
Yeah.
about Hatton? Okay, I'm gonna put you in the breakout room. Come back and let me know what your announcement is.
All right,
Actually,
thank you.
y'all can just rejoin.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Judge, I had a few announcements.
All right, hold on just a second. Okay.
All right, Judge, the first is the last name Hatton, Robert Hatton.
Uh-huh.
And we were going to request a judicial bind over due to mental health concerns.
Mhm.
Then next is a Sierra, last name Mack, and that was just going to be a waiver.
Mhm.
And the next one is last name McCorder, Cortez McCorder. That's going to be a waiver.
All right.
And the last one, Okoli.
Mhm.
He says he refuses representation. We've attempted to meet with him at jail and he'd refused our attempts to visit with him. I tried to go into talking to him just to see how it is mentally, and he refused to answer any questions about the case or the charges and didn't want to go into any kind of discussion.
All right, Deputy, can you bring Mr. Okoli? This is gonna be difficult with that, background hearing.
Yes, ma'am, I got you.
Can I get Mr. Okoli, please? Attorney Lewis,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. And so you have an announcement on your case for Mr. Calloway?
Yes, Your Honor, that will be a hearing this morning.
Say that again?
I said that will be a hearing, Judge.
That would be a hearing, okay. All right, do you have that, Deputy? Assistant Solicitor? For Calloway?
Yes,
Hey,
we're
Judge, I
ready,
think
Your
that's
Honor.
me.
Okay, is that Sergeant Williams?
Yes.
Okay, all right. All right, hold tight.
With that case, I got like a lot of different co-defendants as well, Judge. I don't know if everyone is here though.
No, we're just gonna do Calloway.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. And so just hold tight one moment for me. Let me handle Mr. Okoli.
Yes, ma'am.
Here he goes.
Good morning, Mr. Okoli. How are you today?
How are you today? I'm good.
All right, Mr. Okoli, I understand that you are requesting to speak to the public defenders.
No, I was under the impression they were trying to give me a court-appointed attorney,
Right?
and
Right.
I wanted to defend myself.
And why do you want to do that? Do you have a
Because-
law degree?
I'm sorry,
No?
I don't have a law degree, ma'am, but I don't really believe in the charges. It was, yes, ma'am.
Right. So do you understand where we are? This is a preliminary hearing to determine if there's probable cause. This is not your trial. Do you understand that?
Right.
Do you
Yes,
know
ma'am.
what you're charged with?
So you said that this is the preliminary hearing, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You know what you're charged with?
Criminal trespass is what they said.
And so are you asking for a hearing?
I'm sorry?
Are you asking for a preliminary hearing?
Well, I was ready to defend myself when ready. I mean, I'm ready to.
Oh, you're
finish.
asking the court.
You're asking the court
to defend yourself?
to defend yourself?
Yes, I want to defend myself.
Okay, and so do you understand how to cross-examine and make arguments?
Arguments?
Sir, so this is a
So
preliminary
this
hearing,
is a preliminary hearing.
and this is where the
And
officer
this is where
comes
the
and
officer
testifies
comes
as
and
to why
testifies
he
as to
arrested
why
you
he
or
arrested
she
you
arrested
or
you.
she arrested you.
I would suggest that you
I would
use
suggest
the
that you use
assistance
the
of Attorney
assistance
Lane, the
of
Public
Attorney
Defender's
Lane,
Office,
Public Defender's Office,
so that he
so
can
that
ask the officer
he can ask the
questions,
officer questions,
and help you
and
out
help
during
you
this
out
process.
during
So
this
you're
process.
saying that you don't want to do that?
You don't want to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
All righty.
So let's go ahead and have his hearing.
Go ahead and have his hearing.
I am going to have
I'm
Attorney
going
Lane
to have Attorney
on
Lane
standby
on standby
in case we need him.
in case we need him.
Officer
Alright.
Covington,
Officer Covington.
All right, now calling
here.
the matter of State of Georgia versus Chadi Okoli, charged in warrant number 2025 WA 75017, charged with criminal trespass. Representing the state is Assistant Solicitor Genevieve. Representing the defendant is himself, Mr. Okoli. Your witness, Assistant Solicitor.
All right, Officer Covington, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Will you please state your name for the record?
Officer Covington?
And Officer Covington, are you currently employed?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you employed?
With the Clayton County Police Department.
Are you post certified?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you post certified on April 9th of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have the occasion to answer a call at 7021 Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, Georgia on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And what county is that located in?
Clayton County.
Do you recall the reason that you were dispatched to that location?
Yes, ma'am. I responded to the location in reference to a disturbance call.
And do you recall what observations you made when you arrived on scene?
Yes. I spoke with the complainant who was the property manager at the location, and he explained to me that the defendant, who was a guest at the time, refused to make up any payment property. And at that point, that's when I made contact with him, and he still refused to leave.
And did you advise him that he was required to leave?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you recall if he said anything to you?
Yes, he stated that he was coming out of the room, and I gave him some time to, open the door, because I was talking to him from the other side of the door while he was still in the room, and saying that he was gathering his belongings, and asked him again to open the door so that I can have it on him. He was getting his belongings, and at that point, he room.
I'm sorry, did you say he exited the room?
No, I had to make forced entry inside of the room.
Okay. And do you recall the name of the person that you were speaking with or came into contact with on that day?
As far as the complainant?
The person that you had to go into the room with.
I don't recall his name. Let me just look at my report if that's okay. Mr. Linwood Jones.
And once you gained entry into the room, what if anything occurred at that point?
Once I gained entry inside of the room, I explained to the defendant that he was under arrest.
And do you see the person that you arrested on the Zoom screen here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you identify them by an article of clothing?
Yes, man. He has an orange jumpsuit on. Black male.
All right, thank you. No additional questions, Your Honor.
Ross? Go ahead. So if you would unmute the inmate, please. All right, Mr. Coley, this is a change.
This is a change.
Opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Covington about what he testified to. You have to ask a question. You cannot make a statement, okay? Go ahead and ask Mr. Covington any questions you have.
I don't have any questions. I just wanted to give my side of the story because it seems like, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I suggest that you not make any statement that can be incriminating. So whatever your position is, formulate that into a question and ask the officer.
I'm sorry?
So you don't have any questions for the officer?
No. But I believe some of the stuff he said, no, ma'am, I don't have any questions for the officer.
All righty, closing argument.
The state was submitted on the evidence.
All right, Mr. Coley, go ahead and speak to the court about what the officer testified to.
Okay, I was just in touch with the manager, Lenny, I believe his name was. He had came in the room and was like, your payment's due today, and that's when I let him know that I was having difficulty talking to the bank because the amount of money that was supposed to be on my card wasn't there. So he said that he'd give me until 5 to kind of deal with that, and the banks close at around 5. So as soon as it got to a little bit before 5, and that's when there was banging on the door. I didn't even have fully until 5 to deal with the bank and find out what the situation was. Pretty much, I was like, who is it? And then at some point I was told that there was an officer there. And then I told him, okay, at this point I realized that the situation with the bank was not going to be solved this second, so I would have to check out. And earlier on, Lenny had told me that there would be a late fee. So Lenny, I mean, there was no kind of, like he was just straight with me. He just said there'll be a late fee. I'll give you until 5 or whatever. And then before 5, and that's when the banging occurred. And then eventually they said it was an officer. And I just realized that it wasn't going to get, that the situation with the bank was not going to get solved at that moment. So that's when I wanted to get my stuff, gather it, and just leave the property, be in contact with Lenny or whatever, because he was straight up with me when I first arrived there weeks prior. So pretty much the officer said that he was going to criminal trespass me, and I didn't understand what that was about, because that I was trying to gather my stuff, and he told me that he wanted me to open the door while I gather, and I just didn't understand what he was talking about. Because I wanted privacy to gather my stuff so I could leave in a proper manner. But he just said that he just wanted the door open, and it was just contradicting everything that he was saying was kind of not. I just wasn't understanding what he. it was kind of contradicting itself a little bit. I mean, so he eventually, I tried to gather my stuff, and then he just kind of forcefully opened the door and said that, I mean, you're a criminal trespass or something.
How long were you there?
How long were you there?
How long
I'm
had you
sorry?
been
How long
there?
had you been living there?
Well, I checked in on the 19th of April, and this was the 9th of April, so it was about, I believe that's 3 weeks. I had no problem with payments, no problem with anything. But this particular day, I was just having to just find out what the situation was and why there wasn't money like it was supposed to be.
All right. And so,
All
Mr.
right.
Cook,
So, Mr. Cook,
you have
you
someplace
have
other than this
someplace other.
I'm sorry.
Do you have someplace
You
other
have
than
someplace other
hotels with?
hotels with.
Yes. Well, at the moment, I'm trying to find somewhere where I could stay at indefinitely. So when I stay in a hotel type thing, then that's just kind of I'm just trying to set up a long-term situation for me.
All right.
All right.
All right. I do find
All
there
right.
is
I do find there is
cause to bond this case of
to bond this case of
Clayton County.
Clayton
That
County.
is the order of the
That is
court.
the
So
order
I
of the
did
court.
find
So I
proper
did find
cause.
proper
You will have to
cause.
bond out.
Bond out.
You have anybody to bond
You
you
have
out?
anybody to bond you out?
And can you repeat that? Because I don't understand what we just said.
We had your hearing.
We had your hearing.
Found sufficient probable cause
Sufficient probable
to bind your
cause
case over
bind your case over
to Clayton County State
Clayton
Court.
County State Court.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have somebody to
Do you
bond
have somebody to
you out?
bond you out?
How much is the bond? I was under the impression it was $50.
Yep, that it was what?
If that it was what?
Like it was like
500.
I guess
500.
right, and 10% of 500. I was under the impression of.
Right. So I'm asking you, do you
I'm
have somebody
asking you, do you have somebody
to
to
bond you out?
bond you out?
I believe I could bond out myself.
How would you do that?
How would you do that?
Well, I have some a card, I have a card that I gave to the property, so I could use one of the cards to bond me out.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, if you bond out,
If you bond
we
out,
make sure
make
that the
sure
court
that
has
the court
your
has
address.
your
'Cause
address.
when it's time to go to court,
When it's time to go
you
to
get a
court,
bench warrant.
you get a
Because
bench
you
warrant.
get the notice
Because
because
you
the court
get
didn't
notice
know where
because
you
the court
reside.
didn't know where you resided.
You'll be back here
You'll
again.
be back here again.
Yes, right.
All right. All righty. Good luck
All
to
right.
you, sir.
All righty. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right. What else do we have?
All right. What else do we have?
I think it was just two
I think it was
cases.
just 2 cases.
All right. So we have Mr.
All right.
Lewis.
So we have Mr. Lewis.
You don't know who's reading
Mr.
that?
Callaway.
Mr.
Deputy,
Callaway.
can we get Mr.
Mr.
Callaway?
Callaway?
Mr. Callaway?
Right.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Callaway, we're about to start your preliminary hearing. All right, now calling the matter of State of Georgia versus Timone Callaway, 2025 CW 50086 Battery. Representing the state is Assistant Solicitor Janvier. Representing the defendant is Attorney Lewis. Your witness, Assistant Solicitor.
Yeah, Sergeant Washington Williams, I'm sorry. Can you come on and unmute your mic, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you please state your name for the record?
Sergeant Q Williams,
And where are you currently employed?
the Clayton County Sheriff's Office.
Are you post certified?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
And were you post certified on January the 14th of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you recall having the occasion to come into contact with Timon Calloway?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you tell us how that contact was initiated?
Yes. On that day, it wasn't even that day. I think they notified CID maybe a few days later. They notified me that an inmate was assaulted, victim Will Wright. Once I arrived, I went to the infirmary where I was able to meet with the victim, and he advised that he was assaulted by a lot of members, or well, a lot of other suspects inside of cell 8212, if I'm not mistaken. I asked him, could he identify the subjects? He said no, because he was asleep. But he said that they all came into his room and they was all assaulting him and jumping on him. And he said he felt like he was getting stomped all over his body because his shoulders was hurting so bad. And he also had like 2 black eyes. They were like really dark, like 2 black eyes. He had lacerations all over his face. He was assaulted pretty bad. So after that, I went back to the camera room where I was able to view footage. And once I viewed footage, I saw Mr. Calloway along with other inmates entering that cell.
And what, if anything, did you do at that point?
I tried to interview each inmate who was involved.
And so did you speak with Mr. Calloway?
I did speak with him.
What, if anything, did he say to you?
He advised he wasn't assaulting nobody.
Okay. And so when you said that you observed Mr. Calloway on the footage, the camera, what do you recall that you were able to observe?
So when I looked at camera footage, I wasn't able to see exactly who was doing what. But because the door wasn't all the way closed, it was cracked a little bit. So I was able to see one of the inmates who's not here today. I was able to see him stumping the victim, and the other inmates, I just saw him striking and kicking and punching him. I was able to see that, but I can't say that who did what, but I did see all of them in there assaulting him and a lot of commotion.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No additional questions, Sean.
All right, Cross,
Judge, I just want to make sure that you can hear me.
I can hear you.
All right. All right, Sergeant, I only have a few questions for you. I think you've indicated that the victim in this case was unable to identify any of the attackers. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's true.
Okay. And were you able to at any point ascertain some motive why he was assaulted?
Yes, because they thought that he stole tobacco.
Okay. And the they is the individuals that were involved in it, or specifically Mr. Calloway?
It was Mr. Calloway and others.
So when the victim indicated that the reason why he believed he was assaulted was that there was an alleged theft, did he specifically mention Mr. Calloway?
He didn't mention anyone's name.
Right. So if I could just ask the source of where you received that information regarding what the motive was.
The motive was, once I spoke to Mr. Calloway, he advised that he was attacked due to the other individuals thinking that he stole tobacco.
Understood. Now,
Yes,
you
sir.
indicated that there was a video. If you could describe 1 to 10, the video quality, a 10 meaning HD quality, 1 being extremely fuzzy, what would you describe that quality?
I would say the quality was about a 6, 7, because it's great quality, but once you zoom in, it get a little distorted.
Understood. So it becomes a little pixelated is what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you indicated that you actually saw Mr. Calloway enter, but did you actually see Mr. Calloway assaulting anyone?
I saw everyone in there assaulting him.
And specifically, what did Mr. Calloway do that you saw?
As I stated before, I can't say what exactly they were doing, but everybody that was in there was hitting and stumping and punching. I was able to see that.
Okay. No
But
further
I
questions, Judge.
say that I saw him actually do. I can't say that.
All right. Thank you, Sergeant.
No problem. Thank you.
No further questions, Judge.
All right, any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right, closing argument.
No, Your Honor, the state would submit on the evidence.
All right, Attorney Lewis.
Defense would also submit, Judge.
All right. Based on the evidence presented, I do find there is sufficient probable cause to bind this charge over to the State Court of Clayton County. That's the order of the court. Thank you, Attorney Lewis. Have a great day.
Thank you, Judge.
And so what about Mann?
Your Honor, man is out for bond.
Sorry?
Man is out for bond.
Okay, thank you. Did we ever reach Attorney Hudson?
Tried calling twice. The voicemail is full, but I also sent the email over as well. I just sent the email.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
May I be excused? I
Oh,
think that
yes. Have a great
Well,
day.
actually, I'm
Oh.
sorry. So I don't know if we're waiting on Mr. Hudson, then this is also Sergeant Williams's case too. But if we're not waiting on him, then
Hudson?
it's for the same case.
yes.
Okay.
I don't have a Hudson.
Yeah, I only had one.
Attorney Hudson, Your Honor.
Oh, Attorney Hudson. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, William Kavon Williams. That's the same case?
Yes.
All right. Hold-
Your Honor, I just sent the email. Do we want to wait about 5 or 10 minutes?
I mean, it's 11 o'clock. Court started at 8:30. Yes, we can, no, we're gonna go ahead and continue this one. Sergeant Williams, are you available June 3rd?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're gonna continue this one to June 3rd.
Yes, ma'am.
Any objections? Assistant Solicitor, Attorney Mark Lane?
No, I don't have any objections, Your Honor.
All right, looks like that concludes the calendar. Is that what you guys have?
Yes, that was the last one.
Okay,
Yes,
all
Your
right.
Honor.
Have a great day.